Hey, Nolan, it's good to see you. Today we are talking about the relatively safe investment that's yielding about 7%. We are talking about Series I savings bonds, again, because they are still getting a lot of interest from investors. Of course, I bonds are tied to the inflation rate, and I don't need to tell you this because we all feel it, we all know it. The most recent CPI numbers, October, hit 7.7%. And so again, I bonds are tied to this rate. So, Nolan, are they a good investment?
Yeah, and well, good being about as relative of a term as we can use when talking about
Right.
investments. But I really, really, really like them. I would consider them to be very solid. They have a fixed interest rate that's guaranteed not to go below 0%, and then the other interest rate is just purely linked to inflation.
Mhm.
So long as inflation is a positive number, I bonds will yield a positive result. I mean, they've been around for about 25 years. The interest rate's been set over 50 times, and it's only been negative twice.
Mhm.
So it's a very, very good investment if you are trying to have money that is otherwise sitting idle keep up with inflation or try to keep up with inflation.
Mhm. Mhm. And now you've been helping a lot of clients with this. How do we go about buying them?
Sure. So the treasurydirect.gov is the website that you would actually go to.
Mhm.
If you came to our office and started opening these accounts over the past month or two, you may have noticed some issues with the website. They were kind of crashing towards the end of October with so many people trying to purchase these notes. But this is the website that you would go to. There's an open a new account button right there towards the top. You scroll down a little bit. And you can see the difference between other savings bonds that you can purchase. There are double E savings bonds still that double every 20 years. And then the Series I savings bonds, which are down just a little further, just show that, it's just a shade under 7% return for the Series I savings bonds right now. So when you buy those, that rate that you purchase them at is good for 6 months. And then your note, your savings bond is then subject to the new inflation rate after that point. So,
Mhm.
if it's yielding 6.9%, you're going to get 3.45% for the next 6 months, and then you will earn whatever inflation is for the next 6 months after that.
Mhm. So as we, listen and learn more about those rates, this is probably a good option for people who are putting their lazy money in CDs or money markets.
Right, especially because banks typically do not increase their interest rates quite as quickly when it comes to savings accounts. They always
Mhm.
seem to increase mortgage rates a lot faster than savings and money
True.
markets and CDs. So if a CD might only pay like 2 or 3% for an entire 12-month period, or you can get 3% for the next 6 months and then whatever inflation is after that, that could be more attractive to folks that otherwise are just kind of rolling like one CD over into another, or maybe just have a larger than normal cash balance in a money market or something like that. A very good place for some of that money.
Mhm. And again, because I know the topic of taxes is near and dear to your heart, I have to ask, are there any tax advantages that come with I bonds?
Yeah, so the nicest part about an I bond is once you do sell them or when you garner interest from them when you hold them, you only pay federal taxes. So there's no
Mm.
state taxes, there's no local taxes. It's a federal investment, so the states do not have anything to do with the investment. I like it for that reason because we have a flat tax rate here in Michigan, and it just avoids that 4.25% that you would otherwise pay on the interest. So get a little bit of tax savings. Your money is mostly principal protected with very little risk. The only risk really is that inflation turns negative, and it doesn't feel like that's going to happen in the very near future. Maybe at some point, but it doesn't
Yeah.
feel like it right now.
All right. Well, Nolan, if somebody would like your help, perhaps buying one of these or trying to figure out if they're right for them, what's the best way to reach you?
Sure. So our website at cornerstone-rp.com, or the phone number for our office is 616-301-2581.
All right, Nolan, thank you.
Thanks, Erin.